Conservative New Media viewers, what's going on? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion and the MMA expert. Okay, UFC 155 is going to go down. And we have the whole situation of Junior Dos Santos versus Cain Velasquez. And this is going to be the second time. This is the rematch. This is basically, where Cain is going to see if he can get his belt back against Dos Santos. Now, JDS is tough. JDS is tough, and there's a lot I can say about this, but I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. First of all, my personal opinion, only not alleging facts, not casting any aspersions, all for entertainment purposes only. Please check the disclaimers. Here's where I'm at on this. In my opinion, can Cain win? Yeah. Should Cain win? I mean, in a lot of ways, I feel like Cain should win, but, here's the thing. Cain, I've got concerns, okay? Cain should simply go in there and understand and remember that he's a wrestler. If Cain, in my opinion, is committed to just straight, not just only, you can't just do nothing but shoot double legs, okay? I'm not saying that. But basically really focus heavily on wrestling, I think Cain's going to be having a decent shot to win this thing. But that's what I'm talking about. Cain has to just be prepared to stick to Dos Santos like glue. If you can't, don't just shoot for single legs or double legs, whatever. Do a Randy Couture, press him up against the fence, do a wizard, 2-on-1, whatever you need to do to stay close to Dos Santos and cut the distance, and that's what you have to do. You can't give Dos Santos punching room. And then Cain has to just be prepared to do that for 5 rounds and just grind it out. Use the endurance and grind it out. Dirty boxing, whatever like that. You get your strikes, you get your strikes. Make this a ground and pound and grind it out type of grimy fight. That is how Cain can win this fight. My concern is that, look, I love AK, people there. I've done a lot of videos with AK in their grand opening and stuff, and one of their gyms, and they're really nice to me, like AK. I think that, good people down there, good fighters, everything like that. But AK, what does that stand for? American Kickboxing Academy. Now, I'm not criticizing anything at all. The point is just like, I'm concerned that first fight, it almost seemed like, in my opinion, that Cain kind of like, oh, hey, I can strike, I can sit here. In other words, if Cain goes in there and lets his pride get the best of him and feels like he's got something to prove, that he can strike with the striker or whatever, or that, you've been learning all this great striking at AK, and that's great, and then you're going to, try to work that against Dos Santos, you're in there with someone that can just strike better, okay? Dos Santos is a legitimate, in my personal opinion, boxer who's doing MMA, who's got power and can knock you out with one shot. And so that is absolutely not the thing to do. So that's why this is so difficult for me to predict, because I don't know what kind of fight Cain's going to fight. If Cain goes in there and says, I'm just going to grind this thing out and wrestle, then I think he's going to be, look, it's just like, the thing of it is, Junior Dos Santos has great takedown defense. I'm not saying he doesn't, but if you're Cain Velasquez and you can't take down Junior Dos Santos, then in my personal opinion, I got to question your wrestling. Okay, straight up. Let me put it like this. It's like, dude, way back when I was like doing a little bit of wrestling with USA Wrestling and wrestling with some dudes that were going to try out for the Olympics and stuff like that. You think I took those dudes down? First time, second time, third time, fifth time? No. Okay. No. Does that mean I'm just gonna give up my takedown? I'm not gonna try to do takedowns anymore. I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna walk away. I'm done. No. You have to, it might take you 10 tries. It might take you whatever. And there's a lot more you can do besides just trying to take a guy down. Don't just shoot for a single or double. Tie him up, trip him. Do a judo throw. 2-on-1, and all kinds of stuff. Like, the main thing with the whole wrestling thing is body control and closing the distance. You can't let Dos Santos have any distance, and that's really what it is. If Dos Santos doesn't have any distance, then how is he? He's going to have a harder time hurting you, in my personal opinion. You just don't let him have any distance. Period. So if you get broken up, stands up to snap, whatever, then you use a lot of distance. What the fight that Cain needs to fight is basically a cross between Carlos Condit and a wrestling match, basically. So when you're on your feet, you're being very elusive. if you need to strike, very quickly. You have to always look for angles, and even then, you got to be very careful. And I wouldn't be throwing any lazy leg kicks or anything like that, because you can get countered very quickly. I mean, you got to have your hands up at all times. So that's and I have to question, you either have to give incredible credit to JDS's power, which I'm not, absolutely, I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I mean, I think you should, but I also have to have, I now, in my personal opinion, have some questions about, Cain's chin. Look, and I like Cain. He's a great guy. Did some interviews with me when I was at AKA. I like Cain. I like JDS. I've got an open workout video with JDS when the UFC came through in that Oakland fight. And so, I like both these guys. I think it's great. I just feel like, if Cain is going to go in there and impose his wrestling and his endurance, and is going to stick to a serious game plan, then I think that Cain has a very good chance. I don't know what fight Cain's going to fight. If he fights anything like the last fight, he's in all kinds of trouble. And I also think that JDS basically is motivated. I think he's disciplined. I think JDS does what he does very, very well. I think he is hard to take down. I think he's bigger, taller, stronger, and he can bang, punch really well. So I think that because of, I'm not going to make a prediction, but if yeah, I'll make a prediction. I mean, it's real. No, I'm not gonna make a prediction because I see it both. Look, Cain's got to be motivated. He's got to do what he needs to do. I think Cain's in a tough spot here. I think that JDS has the ability to just end this at any time. But I definitely see holes in JDS's game. You got to take JDS into the deep water. You really got to test that endurance. And so it's just, again, and that's why I can't really make a prediction, because I don't know what fight Cain's going to fight. If, that's the problem. So that's, I know what JDS is going to do, in my opinion, but I don't know what Cain's going to do. Well, I know what Cain should do, in my opinion, but I don't know what Cain will do. So, but I think that, that's the whole thing right there. That's it. So there you go. All right. So hopefully you guys appreciate me breaking it down there for you. Again, I just can't give a prediction because I just don't know. I don't know what Cain's going to do. So that's where I'm at on that. And the thing of it is too is like, the thing that bugs me about this whole situation is that, like, I'm not saying Cain doesn't deserve another shot because it's it's a quick fight and everything. We didn't really get okay, fine. I'm not saying that at all. And Cain did a great job against Bigfoot Silva. But you know what? You know who we should be seeing? Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier, in my personal opinion, would just destroy JDS. No disrespect to JDS, but there's no way you're going to stop Daniel Cormier's wrestling. And Daniel Cormier can bang too. And Daniel Cormier's got tremendous endurance. And Daniel Cormier, has got great movement. So whatever Cain can do, Daniel Cormier, in my personal opinion, can do it a lot better. So there's just no way you're going to stop that guy's, takedown, stuff like that. I think he would just, go right through JDS, and no disrespect to JDS, or over him. I'd like to see it over him. And those are the two dudes that I really want to see fighting for the title. But I think JDS is look, I give a lot of respect, a lot of credit to JDS. I think he works hard. I think he does what he does. And that just shows you right there. It's like, JDS, I'm sure he can do all kinds of stuff. But he doesn't go in there and try to do 50 different things. He does what he does. It's working. He does it well. And there you go. So it's like, I think that, I think maybe, that Cain was fighting the wrong game plan and was trying to do too many things. Do what you do. But styles make fights, and it just might be just a bad matchup for Cain. I think Cain has tremendous. I think a lot of ways that Cain beats people. I think he's got great work rate, tremendous endurance. He's very good at different things. I don't know that he's great at any one thing, and I think that he's kind of like a little undersized as a heavyweight. And so I think that when you run into someone who is great at different things, I think you're going to have problems. I think we're going to see that. I think that I don't think Cain would do that great against Alistair or Reem either. So That's where I'm at on that. Anyway, that's my take. What do you think about that? You tell me where you're at. Give me the comments below. Please subscribe. Please rate this video up. Also, please post on your social networking sites. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.